Fallout 76 and what's known so far. I'm also going to be playing Fallout 4. The game will launch in November 14th of 2018 this year.
War never changed.
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
Because it talked about how in the first one we had to go and save a... No, this one was the one where we went and saved our son. The other one was where we were looking for... New Vegas was the chip, Fallout 3 was your father, and then this one is the son. And then it said they always went with the next one, well, for Fallout 76, and it was just like destroy pussy killer or some shit like that. Destroy his base. Find the launch code so you can kill his base.
Did I mention how much I love that new haircut?
This new haircut's really working for me.
I like this graph. It accents your chin.
Alright. The 21-year-old Fallout canon draws on survival in a land descended by a devastating nuke war set in an alternate reality than a heavily incorporated atomic age visual themes of the 1950s America.
Good morning, sir. You're tough.
In an article it says, in Fallout 76, players will emerge from Vault in underground West Virginia 25 years after a nuclear strike making Fallout 76 the earliest
Thanks, Kazuha.
the game has been set in the universe. Now, with that being the case, is there going to be super mutants? Is there going to be Deathclaws still? Is there... Like, are the Saints even going to be around?
Jungle of the Bad Babies. My favorite.
I don't think Saints will be around. I think that, I don't know why I have a feeling that super mutants are going to be in the game. I also have like a feeling that we're gonna see well, I know that we're gonna see ghouls. I think we might see a Deathclaws. I know that we're definitely gonna see some ghouls. And there's gonna be more people, like more vault dwellers.
It's probably that salesman. Comes for you every time.
Good morning.
Which is probably gonna be good.
Good morning.
Yeah. Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am to find
Fallout 76 is also going to be a multiplayer-only game with survival elements,
It's a matter of
like H1Z1 and DayZ.
Then I'm glad you caught up with me.
Oh, me too.
Bethesda's games developer also said that the map will be 4 times larger than Fallout 4, making it the largest Fallout game so far.
Precious commodity.
Which, with online play and everything else, I think that will work out good.
Your family service to our country. You have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
So,
Sounds great.
like with the VATS
It
systems,
is. Believe you me.
what they said that they're going to do instead of like slowing down time and stuff, in multiplayer, since it's multiplayer only, it's not going to slow down times, but you'll still be able to target body parts
I just need to verify some
and
information.
hit them,
That's all.
but it just won't slow down time.
Now, I can't wait for the world to end.
That's the spirit. Now, let's see.
We'll just go through the usual. No, I'm just kidding.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks
It
again.
said that
It's peace of mind.
players will also be able to pursue their own individual goals,
For you and Sean,
as
no
opposed to
price
going
too
through
high.
missions and side mission crafting,
Good
which
answer.
plays a big role in Fallout 4, is back. Making weapon, armor, and consumables and other items will require parts, recipes, just like the last game. Like other items, these recipes will be tradable amongst living players, live players. So that should be kind of cool. So like if we get like the schematics for the railway rifle, let's say, like if they put that in there, we'll be able to use it, build a railway rifle, turn around and then trade it to somebody else who ain't got it.
Spin the love of it. Who knows that?
I wonder if they're also gonna like let us be able to trade weapons and stuff amongst players. I really wonder like how they're gonna do it. Like if we die,
It's a park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sir, Mom, you should come and see me.
Codsworth? What's wrong?
Followed by, yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get
to
confirmation.
construct the base, players will have something called a construction of assembly mobile platform or camp. When players load into the game, the camp loads with them at their last location. In rare cases, somebody's base is already there. The player is then given a blueprint so they can move to another spot.
Oh my god.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
We need to get to the vault.
So now we'll be able to,
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault
my controller's broke, so I can't really run. But yeah, if somebody's like in our spot where we're at, whenever we spawn in, we'll be given a blueprint of our old base. And what I think that means is that we'll get all of our stuff back. We'll be able to go to we'll be able to go to a new spot where we can plan it. And we'll just have to do something like make it with like a recipe or some shit, like how the recipes are made, and construct it, which will make like base building a lot easier in some ways.
Okay.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Players will still level up through XP and earn perk cards, which are similar to the perk system of the past games, Perk cards use
What's gonna happen to all those
will
people
grant
outside
player
the gate?
tributes
Everything we
to
can. Now
the
keep
familiar
moving.
special character creation.
Step on the platform.
Players will
In
be
the
able
center.
to equip a certain number of perk cards,
Almost there. We're gonna be okay.
but will be able
love
to
We love you
respect
too.
their character at any time by swapping them. And perk cards are shareable with other players also. So that's cool. So I'm pretty sure this is it's a player versus player. I don't think it's going to be a player versus environment, because that's what like the whole thing of this is learning launch codes and nuking people's bases. 4 different nuclear sites will be located in Fallout 76's map, for which players can arm and launch a nuke.
We made it.
This is accompanied by obtaining all of the missile keys for the site, which are dropped by NPC enemies in the world. Nuking a site creates a rare and valuable resources at the location, along with more powerful monsters.
Everyone situated in your new home.
So with the whole thing, basically what it means is that
Step over to the table, take a sip.
since
Pick up a
Thanks. What now?
like we're gonna go, and there's gonna be 4 different nuclear missile sites that we can find in the map, and we have to find keys for each of those nuclear missile sites, which will be they'll be dropped by NPC enemies in the world. So in the surrounding areas, there will be NPCs that will drop keys for the nuclear sites, which I'm pretty sure with that being the case, that we're gonna get like keys for different ones. We're not gonna get all of them like in the same area. We're always gonna get, if we do get 2 keys in the same area, I feel like they're gonna be for different ones. And a nuking a site can create rare and valuable resources, quote unquote, as it says, at the location, which is going to be helpful for the crafting and building.
Contaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper. Just like we did.
Time for a whole new life.
Resident secure. Occupant vitals normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
The website also says nuking a site involves sealing a nuclear fissures in the ground where they are spawned. As far as how this affects other players, they will be warned before one comes in. Bethesda Game Studios does not intend nukes to be the kind of PvP ultimate strike on others' bases. And by the way, there will be no offline base raids on other players when they're not in the game, neither is their base. So that being said, we cannot play like offline and nuke other people and take their shit. The survival like difficulty will be just like H1Z1. We're gonna have to worry about radiation, food, water, heat, shit like that, I'm pretty sure. But rads are gonna be like our most noticeable. Yeah. Bethesda developers, in a making of documentary by NoClip published June 12th, said that West Virginia was an attraction option because, as a rule set, it would be assumed to be targets of nuclear strike. Although with a total breakdown of society, it will still bear the scary of decays and environmental ruins. Local landmarks in cities such as Charleston, The state capital of Morgantown, home of West Virginia University, will figure promptly. The Green Bear, the famous resort in southeast West Virginia, one home to its own nuclear real-life fallout bunker, and the New River Gorge Bridge will also help complete scenes. I believe that we talked about the New River Bridge, Gorge Bridge, back in one of my other videos about my thoughts and stuff about this, because I believe that we talked about it for the purpose of it being
Come on! There has to be a release!
Of it being for the Mothman. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's another line. I didn't read it. This also means that the local lore, such as Mothman and creatures local in Point Pleasant claims to see in the mid-1960s, will be a part of the game. The Flashwood monsters and even weirdest creatures spotted in Flatwoods, WV in the middle of the 1950s is confirmed for the game as well. So Mothman is going to be in the game. That's for sure. They kind of showed what he looks like in one of their in one of the trailers, I think it was. They showed what he looks like, and he's just a big ass. He looks like a big ass bat. I don't think there's anything in here I need. Yes, clipboard. I need clipboards. I need another one of those. Everybody's dead in here. Wait, hold on. Yeah, but, so the Flatwood monster? I don't know what that is. Maybe I'll Google it before I'm done with this. Because I'm just playing until my controller dies and I'm gonna go, or I'm gonna stop with this. Local fauna will be a part of the game.
Giant roaches? What the hell?
Local flora and ferns will be a part of the game. Mutated, of course, include a two-headed possum and giant ticks. Well, that's nice. Giant ticks. This is in addition to the fiction. Hold on. Then we'll come over here and use the Overseer's terminal. This is addition to the faction and special series has introduced over the years. Cryolator. That's my favorite. Like, I just want to get the gun like at this level. The Scorch and variants on the Fair Ghouls will be AI enemies and players encounter. The game will have more animals and monsters, upward of 63, in order to differentiate between AIs and human player control. There's two premier loading special editions of the game. There's a Power Armor edition and a something version of the game.
Nice. Coming back later for you.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of neat though that they're gonna bring in like three different copies of like how when you pre-order it they're gonna have like 3 different copies of it. which is gonna be somewhat neat. With there being different copies of the game, I mean, one probably just going to be the standalone game by itself, and then another probably just going to be a one with the DLC, or one with the season pass, and the other one's just going to be like a season pass. The power armor helmet's probably going to be the one with, like a season pass power armor. They'll probably throw in like a thing of Nuka-Cola or some shit. Like I could see them doing a like them making a also adding like a also adding to like something like a bottle opener or something with it. Since this game does take place before any other ones, we're not likely to see any familiar characters. We might see like Father, well I mean not Father, but the Master, I think he's called, from Fallout 1. There was always a ghoul that was around since Fallout 1. We might see him too, but I don't know about that one for sure. And then there enemy types, I don't like characters from previous games we will not see. We'll probably be introduced a whole new cast of characters, and the 4 that we're gonna play as. We also got the new Pip-Boy. Pip-Boy in like 2000 Mark V, I think it's called. They're also selling that too, by the way. It comes with a one of the not clips, but like one of the little cards for it. I think it's one of those hollow tapes. Comes with one of those. I wonder if it's going to be like a functional one, or it's just going to be something that is not like really functional. It's just a prop. Because a functional one would be much better.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault-Tec.
And I don't know what they're going to do for like DLC in this one, because like there's nothing that they can really do to make it I don't know, they could make like some weird shit in it. It'd be weird. Like DLC for this one I think is going to be like a complication for them, because I heard certain things that the DLC is going to be free, and I heard certain ones that it's not, so it's just it could be either way from what I've heard. And then I've also heard that the Creation Club's not going to be around anymore, which I don't think that's actually true. I think they're actually going to keep the Creation Club, because I thought it did pretty well. And it's like first whenever it came out, because there was a lot of stuff that they brought out with that made it like a hell of a lot better. Like the Doom guy thing, I loved that. But they said that DLC is supposed to be free from now on. So I think that we're just going to get like a Call of Duty version of Fallout. Not like Call of Duty, but a GTA style Fallout. Like how they have the heist. I think that like our quests are going to be similar to the heist, like gameplay mechanic wise. Which is going to be really, really, I don't know, I just don't like, I didn't really like how the Elder Scrolls did their online thing, and I didn't really like GTA 5's online. I mean, I did for a little bit. I just don't like the aspect of once it's like gone, Like once the servers are shut down for it, you can't access none of that shit. So you just spent all that money for nothing. Like Fortnite. I don't spend a damn dime on Fortnite. Backwards, perfectly fine. I'm gonna walk backwards now. And then I don't know what, like, they really touched down about what else there is out in the Fallout world. I mean, other than they talked about Vault 76, like in a couple in like Fallout 4. I think it was mentioned in Fallout 3. Yes, it was mentioned in Fallout 3. It was mentioned in the Broken Still. No, not Broken Still. It was the Alien one, the Zeta DLC. There's a girl who was abducted from there, from Vault 76, who's in it, I think.
They killed her.
I wish I could show game clips of it, but I can't. Oh, what else?
It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers or charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
They need to, I think for like DLC for this one, we're probably gonna get like another like Disneyland type thing, like how they did Nuka World, but it's gonna be based on the comic series. So like how Nuka World is like Disney World, we're gonna get something that's like Universal Studios, which I think should be based off the comics and stuff. As a, and they use it like how Universal has those different parts to their world, like how they have the Harry Potter part, the Simpsons, and a couple other things. I think that they should do it with the comics. Have an area dedicated to the Silver Shroud, I forget his name, the Barbarian and the other guys. I really think that they should do something more with them.
What's wrong?
Make it kind of like kind of explain some of their stuff to us, like how they did with this. They kind of opened it up more, did a lot more with it. I think that we need more information on it. I also hope that they do something with Nuka World, like Nuka Cola again, because I really love the Nuka World DLC. That was by far one of my favorite DLCs that this game has to offer. I didn't like Automatron that much. I mean, it was too short. I haven't played Far Harbor. Nuka World was, yeah, in my opinion, Nuka World was the best.
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
And then get Nuka World. Not really. You get Coca World. Some dumb shit like that. I really think that they should put a Rick and Morty reference in this game. I really want to see one. A reference, an Easter egg, a mission, something dedicated